Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is the weekly Tottenham news review with me, Lee The Dorset Spur. I know it's been a while, apologies for that, but yeah, let's get into it, because for all the weeks that have gone past, this has probably been the most positive for a very, very long time. Of course, starting off with a draw at Liverpool. Felt like a win, if I'm being honest. Really good to get over the line there. I know it was a difficult fixture, one we expected to get nothing from, but in the end we managed to get that draw right at the last knock-ins, and Richarlison showing some real spirit to keep us going. Of course, standout performances again from Tell and from Archie Gray really kind of galvanised. The support was fantastic from the fans, and that kind of galvanised everything leading into the Champions League game against Atletico Madrid. Now, of course, terrible performance the week before in terms of the result for sure, 5-2. Coming out of that, it was always going to be a mountain to climb. We needed 3 goals just to get level, and of course we all know how that played out. But ultimately, from my point of view, whilst I would have loved us to continue in the Champions League and get an opportunity to go to the new camp, that wasn't to be. But the performance in that game was more important, because what we actually wanted was to get some momentum, some winning habit to go into the game against Forest this weekend. So absolutely chuffed with the result. Performances from Archie Gray, again, really, really good, dominating that midfield, involved in everything. I mean, the lad has been played left back, right back, centre back, midfield, all over the place, and he's never complained. He's been professional, he's got on it. This is a 19-year-old kid who's learnt so much, but playing in his proper position, getting a little bit of confidence. You can really see a difference in him as a player. Playing alongside Sarr, again, lots of energy, lots of running, lots of workload, and we know that he can bury one as well if he gets the opportunity. So yeah, that's gone pretty well considering the injury scenario that we're going through at the moment. It was great to see performances, players getting on top of it. Xavi Simons as well, I thought he had a really, really good game. He was involved in most of it. Obviously he scored a goal, fantastic goal, assist from Archie Gray. Great goal, buries it just past the keeper from outside the area, which was great to see, because we just don't do that enough. And to come out of that and then get knocked back with their second goal, which came from a foul on Simons, which we didn't get. Again, the keeper, the referees are not giving us anything. Yeah, that was disappointing. But then to come back from that and win us a penalty to win the game was fantastic, and something I was really, really chuffed to see, because we really needed that going into this weekend. Vicario, still a bit of an issue for us. His distribution isn't great, and he can be at fault for a lot of our goals, but then there are times when he just really keeps us in it. A couple of really good saves in that game. A top class one, took a deflection off of Romero, and he's going down, he's almost on the floor, and he still manages to put his hand up and claw one away. So it's a real problem. Vicario is a real problem, because I'm just not sure if he's ever going to be good enough or not. So we'll see. We'll see. Time will tell. I personally think we need a big upgrade in the summer. Whether we can get that, I don't know. But yeah, it is what it is. A little bit more positive news as well. I'm just checking my notes. At Wednesday, we did see Bergvall come back, Udogie come back. And Gallagher, who got over his asthma issues, came on and had a bit part in that. So 3 more going into the squad, which was really good to see. And then of course this weekend we've got Solanke likely to be back, Richarlison back from suspension, as well as Romero and Van der Ven. So it feels like some players are coming back right at the right time. It's been such a difficult season this season with so many injuries. So really, really good news to see that squad filling up a little bit and giving the manager some options to see where he can get us. We desperately need to remain in the Premier League, and that's his job. That's what he needs to do. But for me, this is about the players. The players need to step up. They need to make the difference. It's up to them to put the performance in on the pitch. And now he's starting to get players back. He should be able to play more players in their right positions rather than, mix and matching and playing Polinia in centre back and that Gray at left back and stuff like that. Maybe we can start seeing some players played in the right positions. Gives us that real proper flow and a little bit of confidence for the guys. England call-ups as well for Solanke and Spence. A bit surprised about Solanke, to be honest with you, because he's been out so much this season that it seems an odd one. But Thomas Tuchel, he makes those decisions, and we see what happens. Personally, I'd like to see Solanke rested, get himself absolutely right, because again he's been out with a knock and stuff after coming back from injury, and he really needs to get himself fit. Alternatively, he could do with the games, the minutes on the pitch to get his fitness back. I don't know. It's one of those you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't in that situation. So I don't know. I don't know what the answer is there. Like I say, personally, I'm only worried about Tottenham. I'm not worried about England. I'm not interested in England. But it is what it is. There is international football. That's what we have, and we kind of have to get on with it. And I know there's lots of people that follow international football, and if that's your thing. Me personally, I only ever watch it when we're in the actual competition, just to see how we get on. I do sometimes get caught up in the "it's coming home" hype as an Englishman, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, for me, it'll always be club before country. It's just the way I am. And of course, I don't think we cannot talk about the situation with the manager getting charged by the FA. It's absolutely unbelievable, isn't it, that a manager is pulled in front of reporters and the media across the world and asked questions straight after a game, an emotional game. We all know how emotional football can be. Asked questions, they answer the questions about how they're feeling when they're feeling emotional, and then get in trouble for it. And yet there's never anything goes back to those officials who make these ridiculous decisions. The issue at Fulham was that, for those that don't remember, is that for one of their goals, I think it was their first goal, the Fulham player pushed our defender, Romero, I think, pushed him and managed to head the ball into the goal. And the week before, when we played those who we don't really want to name, when Moani put his hands on the back of the defender there, Gabriel, he dived on the floor like Tom Daley in the Olympics, and the goal wasn't allowed to stand. Massively inconsistent. It was the same against Liverpool. We had exactly the same against Liverpool, where their player pushed our player, again Romero, and scored the goal allowed to stand. And it's the inconsistencies that's the issue. If you're saying that is a foul, fine. But then it's got to be a foul all the time. It can't be a foul one week and not a foul another week. It can't be a foul for one team but not another. It's got to be consistent. Exactly the same scenario with Van der Ven getting sent off against Palace for pulling a player back towards the penalty area. Gets sent off, red card penalty. and yet Dick Van Dijk at Liverpool does exactly the same to Richarlison. Nothing, not even a foul, or a booking or anything. It is just the inconsistencies is the thing that's killing this game, and that's what fans are really calling out all the time. They're getting fed up with the delays and all that nonsense. Undoubtedly, we do get things go our way, for sure. I'm not saying that we don't. But at the same time as that, we're getting turned over far too often. So, yeah, really, really disappointing. And stupid for the FA to charge the manager when they're asked these questions. They'd be better off not to answer any questions, and then he get moaned at by the media because he wouldn't answer a question from a reporter who was talking absolute nonsense. So yeah, again, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Who'd want to be a Premier League manager? I don't think I would. I'd like the money, but I don't think I'd want to do that job. Anyway, this weekend, big weekend, of course, up against Forest, a relegation 6-pointer for sure. We have got some confidence going into this game, and that's going to be important. We have got players coming back. That's important. But, of course, you can do all the talking you like. It's about what you do on the pitch. So I know there's a big group going on at the moment. Lots of social media stuff about trying to give the team some real support. Step up, sing up, stay up. Organised by a guy called Stu Coys, I think. Great work. The plan is for fans to greet the players' arrival, singing songs, waving flags, scarves, that sort of thing, really get behind the team. Same on the concourses before the game to really G the players up and show them that the fans are behind them. And I know that there's been some posts about supporting the team and being handed down through generations and stuff like that. I've seen that all over social media, and I've seen that lots of Tottenham players have seen it and shared it and liked it and so on. So does show that these guys are aware of it. So big shout out to all those guys that are going up to the game and are able to get behind that. I think it's really important that Tottenham fans show their support for the players. I just hope that if we don't get across the line, if we don't get the result that we really want, that enthusiasm doesn't peter out as quickly as it came. The fans have been fantastic this season, certainly the away fans. The games that I've been to, the atmosphere has been really good. Arsenal for sure, Palace for sure, really, really good atmospheres. And it sounded really, really good on Wednesday against Atletico. So I know the Tottenham fans can do it. So we'll just have to see. Anyway, so that pretty much rounds it up. I've been waffling on for 13 minutes or so. So big thanks if you've watched to the end of this video. Please do consider subscribing to Chris's channel because it means the world and it helps the algorithm. Same as likes, comments, hypes, all that kind of stuff is really good. Shares, all that good stuff. So if you've liked what I've said today, or even if you didn't like what I've said today, that's absolutely fine. Please do give it a comment and let us know what you're thinking. And hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Up the Spurs.